So it's been 1 year since I took a huge decision in my life and I quit my corporate job after over 10 years in a company, 13 to 14 years working with the same company out there. So it's been, like I say, I can't believe already it's been 1 year since I did that huge decision. And the $1 million question is, do I regret it? Absolutely not, no regrets at all. Am I where I want to be? Not 100%, but it's a learning experience little by little. Not everything happens quickly. You just got to adjust to it. But yeah, I'm going to talk more about it. And here I am in my accommodation out in the Philippines. It's my home base, live out here. And I travel around different countries around the region and of course the Philippines. So I'm going to go outside, take a little walk in my area in BGC and do like a little walk and talk video and explain, how this journey has been, and for those who are new, I'm Manny from Manny Explores. I do walking tour videos around and I'm gonna explain, what made me resign my job after so many years working in it and having a stable income. And do I regret it or not, or what has been the ups and downs. So let's go take a walk outside, so join me. Right now I'm heading the uptown area, but I'm gonna head towards another area that's much more chiller than here, which is around the 28th Street area. I think they call it like Terra, and not too many people cover that part of BGC. They always focus over here and High Street area, but I'm gonna walk towards that way, more like a walk and talk video and explain to you guys what's going on, the journey. Like I said, it's been already a year, and then I came here, I've been back and forth to the Philippines, but I came here like 2 weeks after I resigned my job, and I stood here for 3 months. Then I went back to the States and I spent the summer over there. Then I came back here in September, and then I've been like traveling multiple countries around, but solid, I've been staying out here, since September, do my extensions, and a good place to be out here in BGC because I can head towards SM Ahora and do my visa runs or visa extensions. So like I said, I'm gonna walk towards that way. It's been pretty nice weather, like windy, cooler than usual, but I know next month it's gonna be blazing hot. But yeah, I'm gonna talk about the journey, after having a secure career, stable money and everything, that still wasn't enough for me, and I had to do like a huge change in my life to see what's going on. This is the iconic 9th Avenue. This is an empty lot, but they say it's not for sale. So I'm not sure if in the future they're gonna build something. But in BGC, no matter what time of the day you go, it's always busy. Here in the nighttime, it literally lights up. But then you keep going on the other side, there's a couple of condo units. This is an area where a lot of expats, they choose to live if they come and live here in Metro Manila. Also, Makati is not far from here. A lot of expats that live in that area. But it's a good place to live because you literally got everything with a walking distance, restaurants, stores, malls, your errands, whatever. As soon as I get off the condo, you guys saw where I started my video, and I'm literally here in the city. So a lot of people complain that's a little bit more expensive than usual, but I think the price is actually pretty reasonable because you get all these amenities that's much more cheaper than you get back in New York, in the States, or anything like that. So but yeah, I'm gonna walk towards the other side, find a park or something, and then I'll explain, why I did this huge change. So let's rewind back, when I was working the corporate in Manhattan, New York City. So I did 3 jobs, I started working in the hospitality industry. I did everything that was considered normal, go to school, finish up to 12th grade, then go to college, do at least 4 years of a bachelor degree, and then secure yourself a job. And that's literally what I did, what I was trained to do, and what it was normal. And then comparing to other people, they get a job that they say is not really that good, the pay is not great. My job was very, very good pay. I'm not gonna say it was like a rich, wealthy pay, but the money was good to the point that I would go to the supermarket or store and I would buy without looking at the prices because it really didn't affect me. So, I had a really good job and everything. It was pretty comfortable. It wasn't too bad, but at the same time, I feel like that was literally the problem. The problem was that I was getting comfortable. I already know how my day was gonna go, how the day was gonna end. and there was literally like no challenges. Like it was getting like so repetitive and repetitive, and I wasn't really like advancing. Every day I wake up, I feel like I was stuck or sinking myself out a little bit more. So it was just getting worse for me. You know, so same thing, go home, go to work, get home, sleep, wake up, do it all over again. Then you're 2 days off and it comes like, it lasts nothing. And then you're back again on the same grind. So I don't know, it didn't seem really fair. And then there's a lot of things back home in the States that technically it don't seem normal, but a lot of people they tend to normalize it. And I just didn't want to be around that negative energy and anything, you know. Then I wasn't really like happy, miserable, so it wasn't really making sense to me. Even if I had a good solid career, if you're not happy, you got to figure out what makes you happy and do a change. So I stood with the same hospitality company for, I think it was 14 years almost. And like I say, every year I was making more and more money, but then I was getting more and more miserable and upset. And I was literally dragging myself to get up from bed. So it was to the point that one time I ended up punching the pillow of anger. I'm like, this isn't fair, it shouldn't have to be this way. Gotta tell you, no matter what, every time you come to BGC, there's always some construction going on. They got this ceiling over here, we call it like a scaffolding in New York City, so yeah, very different. But I'm gonna walk over there and explain to you guys what's going on. And then the thing about the work was, I'm like, oh, you know what, maybe in a year or two, things are gonna get better, but that is actually the problem. It is not gonna get any better. Things are gonna get actually worse, and your mental health is gonna decline. And that's what was happening with me. It was getting bad. I was having like anger episodes, you know, to the point that I had to take a break. Without pay, I had to take a break and get therapy, you know, because of the situation that I was, you know. And this is a sad reality. A lot of people, they're in the situation, but after doing a lot of, you know, thinking and analyzing and getting motivation and stuff, I realized, you know, I don't have kids, I don't have major responsibilities. I don't have a mortgage or a house, so I feel like I should take, you know, a leap of faith and do some challenges and changes. Hold on, bud. Philippines for you. But do a little change. So March 6th, it's a little bit late when I'm uploading this video because I just came from a trip. But March 6th, I resigned. You know, I put in my 2 weeks notice, and when I literally type in, I was like for a good 30 minutes, 45 minutes with my hand like, you know, like this close. So I press send, you know, I press send. 5 minutes later, I got a call from the HR manager of my job to check on me if I was okay, because they got that, you know. But they were very positive, you know. I explained to them my situation and what I wanted to do, and blessedly, you know, I was blessed. They all understand, and they were pretty much like, on the same boat as me. They're like, yeah, you're pretty young, you know, you're still young, and sometimes you gotta do what's best for you. You know, if you're not happy in one position, you gotta make changes in your life and do what's best. So that's exactly what I do, you know. Of course, you know, I got some income online, you know, I keep that private, I do it, but I'm just trying to live life, you know, learn a little bit more about what's going on. Because, you know, like I say, life is short, tomorrow's never promised. Like I've seen so many people like near my age, or a little bit older, and they just depart from this world. So you just never know when it's your time. And that's why I think you should never wait, because you never know. If you wait, you're probably gonna be waiting for the rest of your life, and you gotta do what you gotta do. Ahead of me is gonna be the famous High Street. It's like the busiest area in BGC, because this High Street literally connects you from the west side to the east side of BGC. Luckily, the weather's not super hot, and the nighttime is gorgeous too. I'll probably get some B-rolls, but we're gonna head towards the other side. It's much more chiller. Look how gorgeous the city is. It's a pretty well-planned urban city. I don't know if you can hear me because it's very windy out here, but I guess it's good because the heat here can get pretty brutal and intense. But as I was saying before, it's been 1 year, and if I would have done that change right now, well, we're 12 hours ahead of New York City time, I probably would have been in my bed right now, getting ready to wake up early and go back and catch the subway train towards my job and be, you know, stressed out in the train, being nauseous, because that's another thing too. I feel like since I left the US, like my quality of life has got better, you know. The food over here is actually healthier, it's cleaner. I feel like the water too, there's like no chemicals. So, you know, I used to get like a lot of spots in my face, a lot of rashes, but I don't have that anymore out here. I got to cross the street going this way. There's a little local park. But yeah, I feel like things have improved for me, even though I'm not exactly 100% where I want to be. Here's a local park from 6 to 10. Excuse me about the beat. It's like a mixture of walk and talk and a little bit of a walking tour. This is the other side of BGC. You know, most of the people, like I said, they focus on Uptown and the High Street area, but over here it's much more chill. Sometimes earlier they had like a little class lesson, kids, you know, and a couple of the leaders. Like I said, a lot of expats, they choose to live out here, but look how beautiful it is. And ahead of me on the other side, there's like a plaza with a couple of outdoor restaurants. And here they got a nice decoration in the nighttime. It lights up. Oh, it looks like it's fish and sharks. Always something happening in Bonifacio Global City. This one over here looks gorgeous too. I want to show you guys. Look at this guy. Look how cool it is. And I think you can roll each of this. Oh yeah, this is dope. You know, because the Philippines has over 7,000 islands, so they got beach, lake, and natural resources. Well, here's the other local plaza. Wow, I gotta tell you, the weather is just gorgeous, man. I'm happy that I chose this as my base and I moved out here, because you can literally just walk around, you know, from your condo and everything. Then people just sit out here. They got a lot of Western foods like Denny's, Texas Roadhouse, and across is where the amphitheater is, which is more local. I think over there I can finish talking about, you know, do I regret doing what I did? Look at this over here. They got this exhibition good. Over here nearby is like the semi-arts center area of BGC. So this district, you know, it has a little bit of everything. But ahead of me, I don't know. I discovered it not much ago before I went to Europe to travel. And I like it because it's actually more like chill and pace. So over here, I think I can focus and film a little more and explain a little bit more. The other time I came, it was a little bit busier, but now, not much going on. They're renovating like the sculpture area, and there's a huge, massive land over there, empty lot, but people, they play racquetball. So I'm not sure if they're gonna develop more buildings. And then we also have like an American cemetery over that side. I don't know if it's okay to blog, but maybe one day I'll try to go check it out and maybe I'll make a video about it. Because I don't really see many people venture out there, but like I say, there's so much going on right here. There's also like a basketball court across the street. Not sure if they have like a tournament. Gonna check it out, and they have a strip mall over here. And they got this, oh, the leaves. Last time I came, there was no leaves in the trees. Now little by little, they're coming out. Makes you feel like if you're back in the States. Interesting. Like I was trying to explain, you know, a lot of people are still with this mentality back in the days, but right now it's the year 2026. And there's many ways, you know, to earn money. So, you know, I'm trying to make it happen out here. But yeah, not out here, but, you know, I'm trying to make it happen with life, you know, because like I say, life can't really go quickly like this. So that's why I say I did what I did. I did the choice, I resigned, and I decided to move abroad. Leave the States, you know, a place where the money, the US dollars is stretches a little bit stronger. But of course, I respect the locals, as you should. If you move to another country, be sure to respect the culture, the locals, you know, as they treat you here with respect. But yeah, like I say, I don't regret this at all, because when I did this leap of faith, when I did this little transition in my life, I've been able to achieve a lot of things that I couldn't achieve when I was working my 9-to-5 job. I was able to travel countries. I was able to network, meet different type of people, you know. And like I say, my happiness, it just feels great. The freedom. I might have way less money than I was having on my job, but I have something that's more important, which is good health, happiness, and freedom, and being my own boss, you know. At the end of the day, this is not only me. You guys can do it too. You guys are the control of your own destiny. You guys control your life. You guys monitor. You can make it happen. And I know sometimes it might be harder because some people, they have a family, they have a children, but it's not impossible, you know. Just make it happen little by little. I've seen people who have multiple kids, they have wife, husbands, vice versa, etc. And they're making it happen. They're making their dreams come true. Because like I say, only you guys can manage your life, how you guys want to live. You choose how you guys want to live, you know. So like I say, I'm not trying to bash a 9-to-5 job. You know, 9-to-5 jobs are pretty helpful to build your own career, you know, to help out with income and anything. But also only do it if it's really like your passion, if you're doing a project or something that you're passionate about. But other than that, you know, work hard and chasing your goals and doing something that you guys love, you know. Because there's a lot of beauty that this world has to offer. There's a lot of opportunities out here for everybody. I'm gonna walk a little bit more forward to another side to see what's going on. And I wanna point out something about somebody who dropped like 2 or 3 similar comments in my videos. I'm not trying to bash this person, but I'm really glad that he commented this, because this can make, you know, he's kind of proving me a point that I want to show you guys or mention you guys in a sample about it. But let me just walk around, find another place where it's more chill where I can explain to you guys. Oh, here they got a basketball court. It's kind of reminding me of West 4th in New York City, but this is Metro Manila version. Seems like they got a tournament out here. If you guys don't know, Philippines, you know, basketball is a big sport out here in the Philippines. It's a big sport out here in the Philippines. So it seems like they got something going on right here. Another part of this area that I have yet to explore called the Jesus Oval, and it's like a circle with some beautiful trees. I guess people can walk in it. I see people literally just chilling around here, you know. So as many times as I've been in BGC and to the point that I'm living out here, I've never been on this side, and it's looking pretty fun. I think I'm just gonna go around and show you guys what's happening. But it is gorgeous because we're literally surrounded by, you know, residential units like skyscrapers and everything. But the people that are just chilling out here, I just love the trees, how they look. Here, see the trees, there's recreational activities, mostly like teenagers, I think. And then you're just surrounded by urban oasis over here. Pretty well, you know, semi-private plant area. They even have like an outdoor market with some plants. Talking about plants, man, something funny happened. A little short semi-story time. Me and my fiance, you know, she was saving some plants for a long time to move it to the new condo, right? Literally, after all these years, I think was saving the plant. Literally, when I was getting the little card in the condo to move it, I literally dropped one of the plants and it broke in pieces, so now I own her some plants. So I see it right here. Sorry, love, if you're watching this. Sorry about the plants. I got you covered. I'll get some new plants for you. And there's like a, I'm not sure if it's like a farmer's market, and this is another local park here that I never knew. And then I think the other side is super private because they have like a golf course out here. But it's looking pretty nice. I already see a guard looking out there, but I guess I can admire from right here. Called Kasali-Kasang. Sorry about my horrible Tagalog, but well, I never knew about this over here. It's cool. It's mostly teenagers out there. I think graduation is coming soon. Some of them are playing racquetball and everything. So seems like they're doing like, you know, a little training. And over here, this is actually like a vegetable market, I think, every Saturday. Today is Saturday. And then you can bring your dogs out here. So, wow, this is beautiful. Love the decoration that they got going on out here. See, I never knew about this spot. It's hidden. Because like I say, most of the people, they focus in the Times Square, High Street area, and Uptown. So I never knew about this little hidden gem here. And here we have a kitty, tuxedo cat, I think. Hey, kitty. How are you? Good? Sacred animal out here. Uh-oh. What's up, cat? You good? Hi, cat. You good? And like I mentioned in my previous videos, they're well taken care of. They're fed, you know, they give them food and everything. I'm gonna cross here and capture some shots in the middle. And they close this little street here to turn a pedestrian, but they do this all over Metro Manila and a lot of places out in the Philippines. See the greenery of the park, how nice it is. Wow. Students, oh, I like this kid's outfit. Still, seems like they're doing something for their school. Then you get to sit in the tree, see how big the trees are, and get some nice weather. There's some foreigners out there too. Another thing that I wanted to point out in reference to somebody who commented in my videos, like 2 or 3 times it comments like, if I were you, I would return to the States, I would find a job, save, you know, and then, you know, make things happen because I got to keep contributing to Social Security. Now, the funny thing is that he's speaking like if, you know, like if he knows me. All those things that he mentioned, I already did it, and I still wasn't happy. First of all, another thing is, If I were you, well, that's a problem. You are not me, I am not you, and we don't have the same ambitions. And then another thing is that Social Security really is not guaranteed 100%, because I've seen so many people in their 70s, 80s in the States, and they're still working because there's not enough to Social Security. So, nothing is really guaranteed. So you just got to make it happen, work hard, try to manage now that we're still young and we have the energy to grind, and try to work something out so we don't have to struggle when we're old and we can live a pretty comfortable life. So that's another thing, somebody comment that, and I don't know what is their concern with my life. Maybe it's just a little bit of jealousy, but that just proves you that you're doing something right when you're doing something opposite than what the majority of the people they do. So that's just my point. So this area seems to be more isolated and more private than the other areas that I've explored. Like I say, my first time, and I like it. It's pretty chill and pretty cool. And even if you feel like doing nothing but you want to get out, you can just walk out there and sit down and just chill, interact with the locals, mostly young people. Gonna make it over here towards Burgos Circle. Underneath the circles, they got, like a flood control project that they made. Pretty helpful. Oh, I can cross. So that flood control project makes this area to be resistant to heavy rain, typhoons, because, we get a lot of typhoons out here in the Philippines. Then I'm entering Forbes Town, and Forbes Town in the nighttime, pretty busy. That would connect me towards the Burgos Circle area. This is part of Forbes Town, and they have like a outdoor market out here. Well, outdoor markets you can find all over the Philippines. See how cool it is? Get food and everything and sit out here. I like to call this mostly like the nightlife or the bar area of BGC, because they have so many bars out there where mix, Pinoys and expats, they be hanging out, they have their happy hours and drinks. Also good food, and they lit up the whole street with lights. So I filmed here, multiple times, but just giving you a little walking tour with this video that I'm making. But I'm happy with my choices, and I'm happy to choose this place. This is also another sample why I have zero regrets. Music. This is another sample why I have zero regrets of resigning my job and moving abroad, because now I'm able to live in a beautiful place like this. Right now it's quiet out here, even though there's still people, but I think maybe like in 2 more hours, 5 o'clock Saturday night, this is gonna be busy. See the outdoor area, because they got multiple restaurants and bars, like, if you wanna have cerveza or any drink of your choice. So it gets pretty busy out here. Over here ahead of me, one of my favorite areas of this, because it's nice, but it's more like chill, and the design is beautiful. Which is the Burgos Circle. Like I say, of the many times I come out here, I never knew that deep underground they had like engineering design that it literally avoids, flooding out here in this area. So I'm gonna walk over there and see if I can find an area to finish up and wrap up the video out here. This is the area underneath here in this huge circle. Like I say, they got the engineering project, and I like the way how they beautify the area with trees. I had no idea that this was underneath here. I saw it in a TikTok video. So I think this is gonna be a perfect spot for me to wrap up the video with Burgos Circle in the back. Pretty gorgeous, man. You can't get enough of this. 360 view, the trees, the buildings, everything out here. But like I say, there's much more districts in Metro Manila, and be sure to get out of this area so you can explore the real local parts of Manila, which I've done that many times, but now I officially decided to live in this part of BGC. So I'll probably do, little basic videos like this, and then I'll explore the surrounding areas. I want to go like to Sambo. I already been to Guadalupe, but maybe I'll go back, do another video in Pambo, like around the local barangays out here. But yeah, this is 1 year anniversary of me resigning my job and moving abroad. And so far, I think I did the right choice. I'm very happy about it. Well, that was the end of my video. Stay tuned for more. Be safe out there, everybody. God bless y'all, and peace.